Secrets Tulum is an adults-only all-inclusive resort, definitely inspired by the local Tulum town. The pools are surrounded by sand, you have the beachy vibes, and then you also have access to a beach club about 20 minutes away. Hey everybody, it's Angie from Trips with Angie. Welcome to Secrets Tulum, an adults-only all-inclusive resort located about an hour and a half from the Cancun airport or about an hour from the Tulum airport. This is the check-in area, but I'm going to start this tour with the hardest thing to find at this resort, and that is the Coco Cafe. If you've seen my other resort tours, you know all about Coco Cafe. So to find it, you're going to head back out of the lobby, make a right, go down this hallway that looks like you're totally going the wrong direction, past two empty storefronts as of right now, and then you see these chairs, and that's when you know you've found it. So this is Coco Cafe, one of my favorite things. Hopefully you're a subscriber and you've seen all my other Secrets all-inclusive videos. You head in, this is where you're gonna find your specialty coffees. They have all different kinds of snacks. You can see they have both sandwiches, whole fruits, desserts. So if you did wanna head out and explore, you could take it with you. They also have a small gluten-free area. So now we're going to head back to the lobby and start the tour properly. So you can see there's these little stations here. This is where you're going to wait to head to the beach club. I'm going to show you that at the end of the tour, so what the beach club entails. Heading up these stairs right from the lobby, we're going to find one of the rooftop areas. So right now we're in building number 1. If you head to the left as you come up the stairs, it leads nowhere. If you head to the right as you come up the stairs, now you're getting some places. So they have this really cool rooftop area. If you just want to chill in the sun, this would be a good place to do it and just enjoy the views of the resort. The other things up here you're going to find are some meeting rooms, offices, and another terrace that can be used for special events. The preferred club lounge is here, so if you book a room that's preferred club, this is where you'll complete your check-in. It's a little bit small. They said they're maybe hoping to expand it in the future, but this is what it is for right now. So you just have a couple of couches and chairs. It is air conditioned, and then a self-service bar. They would make you a cocktail if they asked, but you can just go up and grab whatever drink you'd like. Coming out of the preferred club, we're going to head to the left, so basically back towards the top of the stairs, and this is where we're going to find the preferred club rooftop pool. So this is exclusive access for those who are booked in preferred club rooms, and you have your own bar and little lounge area right here outside of the bar. But the big thing is these really cool beds. They're available first come, first serve. Mike is an amazing pool attendant. He was terrific. It's like we walked right up and he helped us find a spot, positioned the umbrella perfectly so we could have shade. And then the pools are pretty shallow, but they were a good refreshing temperature when we were there. And then you can just see out over the Tulum area. They do have these floats. You can see like there's that little swan in the background. So they have those ready to go for your Instagram photo shoot. The rooftop pool has a very chill vibe. In fact, when we were there, a bachelorette party came and wanted to like pump up the jam. And they're like, no, that's not really the vibe of this pool. So heading down the stairs, we're going to keep going around to the left. Here are two of the a la carte restaurants. As you can see, they're both inside and air conditioned. The one on the right is Jasmine. It's Asian cuisine. The restaurants are first come, first served. No dining reservations are required, and they're pretty good size. Now, if you wanted to eat around 7 or 8, there might be a bit of a wait, but otherwise it's pretty easy to get in around the time it opens or a little bit later. Jasmine has its own bar area, and we saw some people having a cocktail and eating sushi there during our stay. It also has an outdoor terrace, so you can decide indoor or outdoor seating. Now, in the app, it says there's a dress code for these restaurants that requires men to wear pants. I will tell you that we saw people in shorts eating, so I don't know if they're just not currently enforcing it or they're going to move to a more lax dress code. I would still bring a pair of pants if you were a gentleman, just in case. Across the way is Olio, which is Mediterranean cuisine, which also includes some Italian items. So if you just think it's going to be kind of like Turkish or Greek food, there are more options available on the menu. This also has outdoor seating on the terrace. You can see there to the left, and then the big views overlooking the resort. It is really pretty at night. They light it up really well. They have different size tables, so depending if you're in a bigger group, it's easier to find a seat. They start with this little mouche bouche, which was spinach. They have really good hummus. The focaccia was a little bit dense. I tried The falafel, it wasn't as crispy as I like. I like really crispy falafel, but the flavoring was good. The tuna tartare needed a little more spice or flavor. The Greek salad was very good. It did not have lettuce, which is classic for a Greek salad, but the vegan entree was delicious. It is a vegetable stuffed eggplant. Highly recommend. The chicken skewers, or they call them chicken gyro, was very good. And then this was the whole fish, which was also excellent. Very well seasoned and cooked. Now, if we head past the Olio outdoor seating, so we kind of went out of Olio, went to the right. So you can see they have kind of like a lounge set up here in addition to the tables for dining. Now we are on the top of building number 2. This area is not open currently, or it wasn't open currently when we were there in early December of 2023. You can see that they are putting the final touches on it. Hopefully it will be open soon. If you looked at the original maps of this resort, this area was labeled as Preferred Club. So I'm not sure what they're going to do once this gets finished. If they're going to keep the other one we just saw on the top of building number 1 as Preferred Club, or they're going to switch it and make this Preferred Club. So this may be different by the time you come to the resort. I just want to mark that for you. The building 2 in general is still mostly under construction. The rooms aren't quite finished, but it didn't disrupt our stay at all. We had no issues with that construction. All right, now we're back on the Jasmine side, so we can look over the main pool. So this is building number 1 and the main pool. We were just on that other side visiting the Preferred Club Lounge. You can see the swim up suites down below. They have this large terrace. There was a saxophone player here one time during our stay. So I think they're going to try to use this space for some more special events or live music. At the end of the terrace, you'll find an entrance to the spa and fitness center. The spa services are not included. However, if you are a Preferred Club, you will have access to the hydrotherapy circuit once during your stay. This is a peek into the beauty salon. They also have a little gift shop, bath bar. If you need to purchase or try any new products, you can purchase them there. The fitness center is included. There's also activities you can join in. Those will be available via the app. So there's a World of Hyatt all-inclusive app you can download, and you'll be able to pull up Secrets Tulum and see what activities are available throughout the resort. So now we're going to hop back down to the lobby through the magic of television. And here we are. So notice there's sand here in the lobby at the Rendezvous Lounge. If you don't want to sit in sand, there is additional seating behind the bar. So this bar is open in the late evening. It's your typical lobby bar that you would find at other Secrets all-inclusive resorts. It does get a little warm back here, I'll just warn you. There's not a lot of ventilation towards the back. Heading down from the Rendezvous, you'll find a staircase that heads down to the Market Cafe, which is the buffet. As we head down, we'll get a good view of that main pool area. You can see that sand all around the pool. Heading into the Market Cafe, this was available for breakfast and lunch during our stay. So they have this outdoor seating here. It's a patio, but it doesn't really have a big view. And then heading in to the air-conditioned seating, we'll see more of the buffet. So it's a big buffet. It has a lot of different items available. So you start with some of your cold items and salads. This was the breakfast buffet, just to give you an idea of what's available. So your cheeses and your meats. Do a lot of people eat meats and cheeses for breakfast? I do on vacation, but I don't in real life. What are some things you eat on vacation that you don't really eat day to day? I'm really curious. Whole fruit if you wanted to grab something for later. Also that prepackaged gluten-free baked items and yogurt, fruits, your more typical breakfast items. Then of course you have your pancakes, French toast, waffles, and all the different toppings, boxed cereal, and then eggs made to order. Heading out, we're going to take another peek at that pool. So you can see there's some smaller whirlpools. You do have the first come, first serve Bally beds, and then across the way, Veranda Restaurant and Barefoot Grill. Let's go take a closer look at those. Now you think there would be another staircase that leads you straight down to the pool level from here, but there's not. You have to go on a little bit of an adventure. So here we go. We're going to go through the different hallways. We are on level 1, making our way around to the one staircase that leads down to the main pool. This is a little bit annoying. I'm just going to be honest that this is you have your breakfast and then you have to kind of wind your way around. So on one side, there's a staircase to the Edgewater Grill pool, and then the other takes us down to the main pool. Now, this little terrace area that we're walking through now houses some of the different activities activities throughout the stay. Again, check the app to find out what time and where. And then you head down the steps to the main pool area. You can see the sand here. Now they were doing a little drone shoot, so maybe there'll be new footage available on the website. Barefoot Grill has some great seating. They will bring an umbrella up for you if you want to sit in the shade. And here's a closer look at those smaller 3 pools. And then across the way is Veranda Restaurant. Right now, Veranda Restaurant and Barefoot Grill have the same menu. I'm curious in the next 6 to 8 months if that will change and they'll have a more robust menu on each side. I enjoyed the chicken tikka. It came with a really flavorful salad. The pita bread needed a little bit of work. This was the fish tikka, which was also just as good. The samosas were okay. I would have liked a little more maybe curry in the filling, and the meatballs were good. So they had a good flavor and a good dipping sauce, and then the ceviche was excellent. It was fresh and bright and had wonderful avocado in it. So heading back up to that terrace where some of the activities happen, we're going to head to see a room now. So we're going to make our way to building number 4 and check out a room. 4215 is a preferred club junior suite. Building 4 is all preferred club. So as you enter, you'll notice the magic box right here. So this is a little box where you can receive your room service or put your dirty dishes so you don't have to set them out in the hall. A large spacious bathroom with a huge stand-up shower. You get shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and lotion, bathrobes and slippers, a scale, beach towels, and then the 2 separate sinks. This room has a king bed, 2 chairs, a small table. There were outlets next to the bed on both sides, a small desk area, and then the TV screen that pivots towards the bed. Heading out to the balcony, we find a table and 2 chairs, as well as the bathtub and a view of the Grotto Preferred Club pool. So let's head down and explore more of that area. We're going to head to the elevator. Now the elevator in building 4 has some quirks. For instance, it thinks we're on floor number 1. We're not. We're on floor number 2. So to get down to floor number 1, we hit PB. So that takes us to floor number 1, and we'll make our way around the top of floor number 1, continuing to go to the right, and that will eventually take us to a stairwell down to the Blue Water Grill. Now, the Blue Water Grill is an a la carte restaurant for dinner, serving Mediterranean favorites. You'll definitely want to bring bug spray here for both breakfast and dinner. It is very tropical and lush, but that also means it can be a little bit buggy. It offers a la carte breakfast for people who've booked in a preferred club room, and you can see it's absolutely gorgeous. You can imagine how beautiful it is at night with all of these lanterns lit up, but definitely need that bug spray. For Preferred Club breakfast, they had a number of different yogurt parfaits. This was the exotic. It was very good. I just had scrambled eggs and sausage. It was delivered hot and fresh, prepared grill side, and they have a lovely fruit plate. So a nice, simple way to start the day. Now we're going to head back inside and head towards that grotto pool. Okay, so now we are entering building 2. The building 2 is the one adjacent to the Blue Water Grill, and we have to get around through building 4 to get to the staircase that leads down to the grotto and the grotto pool. It just seems convoluted for no reason. I've noticed a lot around this resort. There is only one way or one staircase that gets you down to the level you need to get to go to the pool. So now we're back kind of walking around the circle of building 4. So if you do feel like you're walking in circles during your stay, you're right, because you do have to wind your way around to get to the exact right place to find the staircase to where you want to go. So here we go. We've come back around building 4, and now we find the landing that has the staircase that will lead us down to the grotto and the grotto pool. Now be very careful with these staircases. They can be a bit slick when they're wet, and the last step is a doozy. So be really careful going down that last step. It is double the height of all the other steps. Here it is nice. They do have the boards in the sand to take you down to get into the grotto restaurant. The grotto is the lunch option for Preferred Club guests. It is a la carte, and you have your own bar. I took the waiter's recommendation and tried the shrimp. It was delicious. It had a nice paprika sauce. The macaroni and cheese with lobster did have some big pieces of lobster, but it tasted a little bit like Velveeta. The flatbread was decent. It would be a good option for lounging next to the pool, and I would pass on the burger. It was nothing special and very similar to what you could get at Barefoot Grill. Heading back into the sand to the grotto pool. In the chest to the right is the towels, but we never needed to grab them ourselves. Anytime we approached the pool, someone came up, grabbed towels for us, escorted us to a chair, set up the umbrella to the amount of shade we wanted. It was really nice. We had the same level of service at the rooftop pool and the main pool. So 5 stars for that pool service. Absolutely wonderful. Heading back across the boardwalk, we're going to climb up these stairs and come down the other side to check out the Edgewater bar area. So this is set up like stadium seating because the shows can take place in this sand area at the bottom. They had a casino night set up here one night. They have live music, so just depending on the show. This is also where you're going to find the halftime sports bar. So you see a foosbah tables, high tables, television. It is indoors and air conditioned. It was open in the afternoon for Sunday afternoon football, but they didn't have a bartender. You had to go out to Edgewater to get a drink. Edgewater is open later into the evening because they do have the shows here. Now we're going to check out the building 2 area to the right. Those pools are all connected through a water walkway. You may have to go over a couple stairs, but you can get there via the water. You have little chaise lounges along the way, and then coming under the bridge, we'll head over to building 2. As I said before, building 2 is still under construction. The only reason you would notice it is if you came to this pool area, and you could see by that potted plant, they were actually kind of trying to block this area off, I think because they were having construction. So it's just your choice if you wanted to come over here. And you can see what the layout is. You have plenty of chaise loungers, chairs. You have 2 higher up smaller pools that are warmer just because they're smaller, I think. I don't think they were heating them during our stay. And then you can see the views from the building 2 windows are going to look over this pool area. We're going to head back towards the Edgewater bar and check out the other side. You have more chaise loungers. That was where you can cross over to head to the elevator that takes you up to the spa. And here's that water walkway I was talking about, how you can get from all the pools to the other. It's not like a lazy river. There's no current. Here you are walking through more sand. I think you've picked up by now. Maybe I didn't love all the sand around the resort, especially since there was no way to rinse off your feet. The showers are all located in the sand. So you did walk around a lot with sandy feet. I know some people love that and love that vibe here at the resort. I really didn't like having sandy feet all the time. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you love having sand everywhere or not? So here's the other pool. Again, more of these first come, first serve valley beds, a large pool area. I love how they have the vegetation in the middle, and those are going to be views from buildings 3. Now let's head to the beach club. Back in the lobby, there's a television screen showing you where the 3 vans are at any time. The vans are a tight fit. They do fill them absolutely full. It's a 20-minute ride through Tulum. You arrive, there's a little desk. They don't really check you in or anything because they know you've come from the resort. The only people that can come in here are from the resort. I love the jungle vibe as you walked in. Definitely feels like you are in Tulum, which I think a lot of people are looking for when they come to this resort, is that vibe. You'll pass by Seaside Grill. This offers a la carte lunch. There's also a juice bar where you can get fresh juices and smoothies. I was pleasantly surprised to find a pool here at the beach club. These are hot commodity seats around it, then a large seating area with chaise loungers, regular chairs, and the bar. On the other side of the fence, you'll find more seating in that beautiful Tulum water. We tried the pepperoni pizzas they were pretty good. They also have different ceviches, tacos, and the chicken wings. The Seaside Grill right now has the same menu. So that's Secrets Tulum. What did you think? Let me know in the comments. If you're ready to book and live in the USA, I'd love to book your trip. Angie at tripswithangie.com.